Relevant Rasslin Productions. It's always relevant to us, damn it.
Greetings, Joshi family! That's right, it's me, your host, and the humble narrator for this evening's main event. The voice behind Relevant Wrestling Productions, Joshi Joe, aka Joe Fortune. BuzzHumans, how the hell are you? This is episode 9? I think that's right, yeah. Of the most relevant and buzzworthy podcast about Joshi Puroresu. That is Japanese women's pro wrestling. My journey into the world of all things Joshi. This is I Dream of Joshi. BuzzHumans. Thank you. Arigato omerito gozaimasu for joining us for episode 9 of the most relevant and buzzworthy podcast in all of the world. We are here, and yeah, as usual, let's start with news and rumors from all of the major and minor Joshi promotions. We'll talk about some really cool merchandise that some of our extended relevant wrestling friends are working on, and some projects that we are working on ourselves here at Relevant Wrestling Production Studios. And I will also break you off with my classic recommended match of the month as usual. So, Joshi family, let's get right into it. And let's start with a big one as we usually do. Let us start with Stardom World Wonder Ring of. So, BuzzHumans, new goddesses of Stardom champions were crowned as Mayu Iwatani and Saki Kashima defeated the team of Oedo Tai, represented by Hana Kimura and Kagetsu. This was Hana's last match before heading to South America, that's right, to Mexico, for a 3-month excursion. Starlight Kid retained her Future of Stardom title against AZM as the match went to a 15-minute time limit draw. Hey, also I want to touch back on that. Good luck to Hannah, and we've been seeing a lot of pictures through her social media and like on Twitter. She's been having a great time in Mexico. She got a new hairdo. She got some braids, and yeah, she's been having some cool matches down there. Try to check out her social media and stuff, and you'll be able to see how her trip in Mexico is going. So anyway, yeah, we have a lot of big title changes throughout Joshi. The Joshi landscape has changed a lot over the last month with a lot of big title changes, and this was probably the start of that. Kagetsu defeated Toni Storm for the World of Stardom title. That's the red belt. The actual one this time, not like that fake paper one that she made. And I know some of you listeners out there have made your own red belts. Maybe we should do that as well. But anyway, yeah, Toni would later compete at the WWA, yeah, the WWE UK tournament. Not in the tournament itself, but in a what was originally a fatal 4-way match, but had to be turned into a triple threat match because Jinny got hurt. It was a number 1 contenders match for the NXT Women's Championship, and Toni won the fatal 4-way match, well, the 3-way match rather, and went on the next night to face Shayna Baszler, but she did not win. That's because we here at Relevant Wrestling Productions have a feeling that Toni will be the NXT UK Women's Champion because later on that evening, or at least at one point during the 2 nights of the tournament, they did officially announce they would be having a WWE UK brand, NXT UK brand, whatever the hell they're calling it, and Toni will be part of that, so we can assume that her days with Stardom are numbered, which I believe we spoke about in the last episode. So, yeah, she's one of the many, many girls that WWE NXT has started to purge from Stardom. Let's continue on with another girl who is, going to be a already confirmed victim, as some of you probably think. Um, a victim of the WWE Stardom purge. I'm talking about Io Shirai had her last match for the company, a Queen's Quest versus Stardom Stars match, a gauntlet match, her last few matches for the company, a Queen's Quest versus Stars match, a gauntlet match, and a tag team match where she reunited with Mayu Iwatani as Thunder Rock. The beautiful and yes, amazing Momo Watanabe had a successful title defense of her Wonder of Stardom title in a match against Jungle Kyono, and she also had a really good match where she also successfully defended her title against Diana Perazzo, who also rumored to be headed to WWE NXT, or at least to the Mae Young Classic. Okay, so Mayu and Saki successfully defended their newly won Goddesses of Stardom tag team titles against Oedo Tai, represented by Hazuki and Natsu Samiri. The participants of the 2018 five-star Grand Prix have been announced and include foreigners like the debuting Kimberly from America. That's awesome, Princess Kimberly. And UK's Jamie Hayter. Nicole Savoy will also be part of the Grand Prix. Kelly Klein, Rachel Ellering, Viper. Hey, we're going to see Rachel Ellering this weekend at a show in Providence. Awesome. We'll have to wish her luck. It will also include Tim! We got to wish Rachel good luck today. Anyway, she's going to Stardom. All right, back to the show. All right, so we got Rachel, Viper. It will also include regular roster members like Kagetsu, Tam Nakano, Jungle Kyono, Momo Watanabe herself, the Wonder of Stardom champion, and Mayu Iwatani. All right, speaking of Mayu Iwatani, she teamed with Jenny Rose, Ring of Honor Women of Honor champion Sumi Sakai, and Tennille Dashwood to defeat Oedo Tai, comprised of Hana Kimura, Hazuki Kagetsu, and Kelly Klein at Ring of Honor's Best in the World. Speaking of Hazuki and Sumi Sakai, Hazuki will be challenging Sumi Sakai for the ROH Women of Honor Championship. Can Hazuki bring the title back to Japan? Ray Wagner, the former Dr. Wagner Jr., and El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr., will return to Stardom for a mixed tag team match, as it will be Ray Wagner, Mayu Iwatani, and Saki Kashima versus El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr., Kagetsu, and Natsu Samiri at the July 16th show. This is the first time that we are seeing the Wagners since President Mr. Rosie Ogawa's 60th birthday party, and I believe this is the first time that we will be seeing Dr. Wagner without his mask in Stardom, as he was unmasked recently. Some sad news to report, as both Delilah Doom and Shotzi Blackheart were forced to pull off of their upcoming tours with the company, as they have both, although unrelated, have suffered severe broken ankles. All right, so more on Io Shirai, since I know you guys want the scoop, if you don't already have it. Io had a triple threat match against Meiko Satomura, and Hiroyo Matsumoto, which went to a 15-minute time limit draw. This was for, and I know this is going to pop Tim, Kenta Kobashi's Fortune Dream #5 show. She also teamed with Dash Chisako at Sendai Girls in a show in a losing effort to Chichiro Hashimoto and Meiko Satomura. And Io debuted at a WWE house show in Japan, and she showed off a new mask on her social media, which had the WWE logo in the middle, and it was like a red, white, and blue mask, and I thought it was really fucking cool. So make sure you guys check that out on her social media. Now, it's summertime, but let's get a little cold. We'll talk about Ice Ribbon, the Innocent Candies evolution. Hannah Date will be making her Pancrase. I still cannot believe Pancrase is still around. Speaking of Pancrase, make sure if you didn't already check it out. It might not even be on sale anymore, but Stash Pages, he made a really awesome Minoru Suzuki Pancrase shirt, which I believe is sold out, but the poster is still around, so check that out. Hannah Date, as I said, will be making her Pancrase debut in August. Against Thailand's Konklak Sufrisara in a 5-round atom weight, which I found out is 105 pounds weight class division. That's probably like my division, right? Hopefully she will fare better than Now Date, who was defeated at Pancrase 297 by Yoko Higashi. Azure Revolution successfully defended their international ribbon tag team titles against Hideki Suzuki and Miyako Matsumoto. That's good. We didn't want Suzuki to have another belt as he already had control over the Triangle Ribbon Championship. Tsukasa Fujimoto ended the very short title reign, of Hamuko Hoshi and became the new Ice Xfinity, I shouldn't say Xfinity, that's plugging a cable company. She became the new Ice X Infinity champion. Speaking of Hamuko Hoshi, she and Mochi Miyagi defeated Risa Sera and Maya Yukigi to win the International Ribbon Tag Team Championship. Wow. Hideki Suzuki retained the Triangle Ribbon Championship with a win over Miyako Matsumoto and Akane Fujita. Tsukasa Fujimoto and Nanae Takahashi, who went on a date together, and yes, you can see those pictures on social media. Looked like they had a great time. They enjoyed some, looked like some bun noodle salad together, some bubble tea, a little boba. Yeah, nice one, ladies. They defeated Amazon and Arisa Nakajima, and they will be going on to face Rina Yamashita and the Evil Yoshiko, who were the winners of the Ultra 777 U21 Tag Tournament to become the first ever seedling tag team champions on 725. So good luck to the Candy Girls. Former Candy Hikara Shida has challenged Risa Sera to a match in October at her own 10th anniversary produce show. Risa and Maya had a singles match to determine the #1 contender for the Ice Infinity Championship, which Maya won. Geez, Risa's getting her ass kicked lately, huh? Akane Fujita has defeated Hideki Suzuki and Miyako Matsumoto to become the new Triangle Ribbon Champion. So the belt is back in the possession of the Candy Girls as far as the title goes, but it seems that Hideki still has physical possession over the title. So we'll see how that plays out. The Lovely Butchers successfully defended their newly won tag team championships against Makato and Aoi Kazuki. And Tsukasa Fujimoto had her first successful title defense as she retained her Ice Xfinity Championship against Kurumi Hiragi. Way to go, Tsukasa. Slowly starting to fall in love with her. Anyway, let's ride the wave over onto Wave, and we got a little bit of results and news for the next couple of promotions. So let's start with Wave. Miyazaki, Yuhi, and Nagisa Nozaki defended the tag team titles successfully against Hiroi Nagahama and Miyuki Takase. Takumi Iora is the new Regina D-Wave champion as she dethroned Misaki Ohata and was challenged by Asuka, not WWE Asuka, the Wave Asuka. Now, let's move on to Oz Academy. This is a big one, Buzz Humans. The reign of terror is over as Hikaru Shida has defeated Yoshiko for the Oz Academy openweight title. So there you go. After 8 months, yeah, it's over. And I know a lot of people are happy that Shida won, and they think that she will also have a lengthy title reign. So let's hope so. More on Oz Academy. Maya Yukihi and Mayumi Ozaki, I forgot that Maya was in Oz Academy too, defended their tag titles successfully against Mission K4, Kakeru Sekiguchi, and Sanoku Kato. Tokyo Joshi Pro. The Tokyo Princess Cup is underway. And rather than me give you guys like the entire tournament, let me just tell you who are the current Final Four competitors. That way we don't waste time going through results and all this and that. Here we go. The Final Four competitors are Yuka Sakazaki, Nodoka Wanesan, Yu, and Rika Tatsumi. The winner, I would assume, gets a title shot, but I'm not sure because Mayu Yamashita, who is the champion, was in the tournament, and she was eliminated by Nodoka Wanesan. So if this is like the men's tournaments in Japan, usually the champion is in the match regardless. I mean, in the tournament regardless, and if they win, then they get to choose their opponent. So I'm assuming same rules apply here. And since the champion is eliminated from the tournament, we don't really have to worry about that. So let's move on to Marvelous. Takumi Iroha will have a match against Nyla Rose for her Warriors of Wrestling Women's Championship. Can Iroha win the NYC title and make her way to the United States, or take the title back to Japan? We'll find out. In Sendai Girls, Cassandra Miyagi and Heidi Katrina successfully defended their tag team titles against Strong Style Rush of Alex Lee and Mika Iwata. As for Sendai Girls, we still do not have a... Oh, we do. We do have a new Sendai Girls champion, as the new champion is Chichiro Hashimoto. The belt was vacated for quite a while after the Ayako Hamada incident, but it appears that Chichiro Hashimoto has defeated Dash Chisako and become the new Sendai Girls World Champion. So there we have it. Joshi family, that about wraps things up for the news portion of things. Short episode this week, but I'm sure you guys don't mind because there's so many other awesome amazing podcasts out there for you to listen to. Some other cool Joshi ones. I'm not going to plug them directly. You guys can find them. But yeah, make sure to check out, Relevant Rasslin on all of our social media, which I will plug later, and to support women's wrestling. And yeah, let's talk about some upcoming projects that we are working on. About a month ago, when I was up in Rhode Island in Providence, where I am this weekend, or I'm actually recording this episode, I had took a printing class, using the Risograph printer, which unfortunately is out of commission right now at the print shop here. So we've had to switch some things around. But yeah, I printed out a really cool print from an old Puroresu Weekly magazine. I printed out a cool 3-color photo of Aja Kong and Akira Hakuto. So I got about 10 or 12 copies of that on different colored paper that I'm going to be bringing to shows soon, or we're working on putting together, like, probably by August. Hopefully we can get like a big cartel or some sort of an online store up. So we'll be putting those prints on there. We're working on a pretty cool mixtape. It's gonna be 2-sided. One side will have all Joshi themes. The other side will have all FMW themes, as a lot of Joshi girls wrestled for FMW. There'll be 2 different packagings for that one. There'll be the FMW version and the Joshi Gaia Girls version, but both will have the same songs on them. I also, not that this is really Joshi related per se, but still women's wrestling related. We also put together, we just need to print it. We got to figure out how we want to print it now that we have to, that we can't print it up here in Providence currently. So we'll probably just do it in a little lower quality back at home as we've been doing, but we did put together a zine on Nova Pro Wrestling's Women's Commonwealth Cup that happened about a month and a half ago down in in Northern Virginia. So yeah, make sure to check that out. When we put that out, it will probably be we might send it to some friends and fans a couple issues first, and then that will probably hit our store, this online store that we're hoping to put together by August. Preferably, I'd like to sell stuff at events at like a table, but I don't feel comfortable selling stuff until the quality of our material improves, not as far as the reading quality, but the printed quality. Right now we're just printing stuff on a regular printer. So I feel like we should still give things out for free until we can print things, screen printed or letterpressed or whatever. But yeah, I just want to put over a couple other awesome artists out there who are working on some projects. This shirt should be hitting our mailboxes within the next week or so. This one's already ordered and sold out, but I want to put over Matt Botman. He made a really awesome Megumi Kudo shirt. The Kudome. I don't know how they say her finisher. The Kudome Valentine. I call it the freaking Kudo driver, but maybe that's from the FMW J-pop videos. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, definitely want to put him over, and that shirt that will be hitting our mailboxes soon. Like I said, make sure to check his stuff out. integralhardbrand.bigcartel.com. Yeah, the Kadome Valentine shirt is sold out, but a shirt that will be coming out pretty soon. Also, check out some shirts from Dismantle Chiba. He's got a cool Io and Io Shirai t-shirt, a Yoko Bito t-shirt, and if you message him, He has a shirt from, let me just check right here to make sure I tell you guys the right Joshi. He has also a shirt from, let's see, he has the Yokobito one, like I said. He has a Mayu Yamashita sauceball shirt that got pulled. He had to pull because Tokyo Joshi Pro wasn't down with it. But if you message him, I know he's got a few of those left. So if you're a Mayu Yamashita fan, hit him up. Also, Hardway Ltd. I want to put them over. They're working on a shirt with this mantle that should be out in the next week or so, probably once they get back from San Fran for the New Japan show. They are putting out their second Gaia Girls shirt. This one is based off of the Gaia Girls entrance themes, which is pretty cool. Looks like it has like a cassette tape cover on it, which kind of coincides ironically with our mixtape, so that will be cool. You rock that shirt probably by the time that shirt is released and makes it to people's mailboxes. Our mixtape and our store will be up, so you guys can check that out. So yeah, that will be awesome. That's about it as far as plugging merchandise and that sort of stuff goes. Let me break y'all off with my classic Joshi match of the month before I plug the social media and sign off. Classic match of the month before I plug the social media and sign off. So this month I chose a match from 1993, which I think is a great period for wrestling overall. So it was a decent length match. There's like a little backstage promo beforehand, and there's some promos after. So the whole video itself is about like 25 minutes, but the match itself is about 15 minutes. Lots of mat work and submission-based moves in the beginning of the match. For the first half, it gets more intense and fast-paced. The second half has a really stiff ending. The match I am talking about that I've recommended for you, my Joshi family, is from August 25th, 1993, from All Japan Wrestling's Legacy of Queen show in Tokyo, Japan, at Nippon Budokan Hall. 14,500 fans in attendance. It is Takako Inoue from All Japan Women's versus Cutie Suzuki from Japanese Women's Pro. So check that one out. I will put the link in the show description as always, so you can check that out. So that about wraps things up for episode 9 of I Dream of Joshi. BuzzHumans, thank you once again for joining us for the most relevant and buzzworthy Joshi podcast in all of the world. My relevant journey into the buzzworthy world of all things Joshi. This was I Dream of Joshi. And before we sign off, let me send out lots of relevant love and buzz to my relevant wrestling crew: Tim, Chris, Jake, Jeremy, Dan, Tyler, and the rest of y'all. Big shout outs to our friends at IcoPod Podcast, Austin and Bob. All my bros at False Finish Productions and Spot Monkey Radio. Check me out on Spot Monkey Radio every Thursday night. I'm a co-host on there now. Make sure to support Paul and Kelsey from Super Kicking It with Kelsey and Two-Faced Wrestling podcast. They have some awesome videos and interviews on their YouTube channel. Brady and Danielle from the Heel Marks podcast, M2J and the rest from Doing the Jobs podcast, Mr. HVWA himself, Tenacious Tyler, of course, the Suck Me crew, everyone who has helped and contributed with our zine, The Relevant Rag. Make sure to hit us up for your copy of that, which I will plug at the end of the social media. So, BuzzHumans, make sure that you check out all of our social media so you can ride the buzzways with us. Join the Facebook group at facebook.com/Relevant Wrestling. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Relevant Wrestling. Subscribe to the Relevant Wrestling Productions YouTube channel. Check us out on Tumblr, Periscope, Twitch. Listen to us on Audioboom, Google Play Music, TuneIn, Spotify, and where all of your podcast listenings happen at. Play the Relevant Rasslin Productions BuzzTune mixtape on Spotify. Read our relevant reviews on our Facebook group notes section. The Japanese Pro Ichiban page on WordPress and at falsefinish.com. Make sure, don't you BuzzHumans forget, print is not dead. So hit us up for your copy of the most interactive wrestling zine on the planet, the Relevant Rag. One more time, BuzzHumans, this has been I Dream of Joshi, Episode 9. Kayfabe may be dead, but originality and diversity are not. Relevant Wrestling Productions. It's always relevant to us. Damn it. Sayonara. I will see you BuzzHumans later. Arigato, arigatou gozaimasu, and peace.